Hi folks, HR Funk here with part 2 in my short series on real Avid products. And in part 1 of this series, I reviewed my real Avid master gun vise, and now I'm going to start to review some of the accessories that go along with this vise. Now, one of the things that I want to point out here at the beginning of this video, and I'll probably repeat it several times throughout this series, is that while these accessories are intended to integrate with the master gun vise, you do not have to absolutely have a master gun vise in order to use the accessories. They will work with other vices, but they are intended to be used with the master gun vise. So if you have one of these, the accessories will increase its functionality, but if you have other types of vices, you can still use the accessories with them. In any case, this review is going to be on the SmartFit AR15 Vice Block. I'm going to get it out of its packaging and we'll take a look at it. Now you might be asking yourself, what could be remarkable about an AR15 Vice Block? I've been using this one for years. I've got another one around here, and I've also used other different types at some of the armorers courses that I've been to. And typically what you'll find with almost all of them is when you put the rifle in place, it will wobble some. Now depending upon what you're doing, that might be just sort of an inconsequential distraction, or it could be something that makes whatever you're trying to do a little bit more difficult. With the real Avid Vice Block, there is an adjustment handle that will allow you to tighten the Vice Block and remove this wobble, which I'll demonstrate shortly. Another shortcoming of some of these Vice Blocks is depending upon exactly how they interface with the vise, they might not hold the weight of the rifle securely. I have had rifles that I've secured a Vice Block in a vise, put the rifle on top, and because of the weight of the rifle, the Vice Block will let go and the rifle has fallen to the floor. That has happened to me a couple of times over the years, and I really crank these things down when I use them now to prevent that from happening. But let me show you the difference between using this Vice Block and the real Avid version. So the real Avid Vice Block fits into the rifle's magazine well, just like the other one that I was showing you a moment ago, and there's not a lot of slop to begin with, but I can remove what there is by turning this handle, or knob if you will, on the bottom of the Vice Block, which will force a wedge down inside the internal portion and take up any slop that there is to prevent the rifle from rocking on the Vice Block like I showed you a moment ago, as was happening with the other one that I was using. Also, on the lower surface of the real Avid Vice Block, there is a textured area to help give greater traction to the vise when the Vice Block is secured to prevent that slippage and potential falling of the rifle that I was talking about before. That's going to be true for any vise, but if you have a real Avid master gun vise, there is a recessed area inside of the vise jaws that mate with this surface on the AR15 Vice Block, so that when the block is secured, there is no way for this to rock back and forth. Those recesses hold the Vice Block perfectly still. There is virtually no wobble in the rifle, and you have a very steady platform for any sort of work or maintenance or repair that you're performing with this rifle. I wanted to reposition the camera and the vise slightly to give you a closer look at those recesses that I was just talking about, and you'll be able to see better how this Vice Block fits down inside there. It rests right on those surfaces, and when you tighten up the vise, it holds the Vice Block very securely. And of course, if you're using the real Avid master gun vise, you can reposition the rifle almost infinitely in different directions or any orientation where you might need to in order to be able to work on it and then lock it in place to be able to perform that work. So again, you don't have to use the real Avid master gun vise, but these accessories certainly do enhance its capabilities. Also, if you're performing any work on the lower receiver that requires it to be inverted, like changing out the pistol grip or what have you, you can also turn the lower receiver over, put it back down on the real Avid AR15 Vice Block, and it's going to hold it just as firmly in place. Another nice thing about the AR15 Vice Block is it comes with a pivot lock, and when cleaning or performing maintenance on your rifle, if you position it in place of the takedown pin, just like that, it will hold everything in the proper orientation for cleaning. So that's a nice thing. The only thing I wish they had done with this is provided somewhere on the side or in the front or back where this would snap into place, just to help keep track of it so it doesn't get lost and you don't have to keep it separately in a box or something like that. But that's a minor complaint, but one that maybe they'll consider in the future with this particular combination. As of June of 2023, the Real Avid MasterFit AR15 Vice Block sells for about $50, and that includes the pivot lock that I showed you a moment ago. And I also just took a look at the Optics Planet website, and on Optics Planet it sells for about $52, but that includes a replaceable sleeve that also will accommodate the AR-10 style rifle. So that just adds to the functionality of this device. And on Optics Planet you can use my discount code, which is, and that'll save you 5% on your purchase of the Real Avid AR15 Vice Block, as well as all the other products listed on Optics Planet. So that's going to do it for this video, folks. Don't forget about my other sponsors like Hot Munitions. If you go to Hot Munitions, you can use my discount code there, which is HRFUNK10, and that'll save you 10% on your purchase from Hot Munitions. And don't forget the Target sponsor. Go to Target's online, check out their inventory, and see if they have anything that's going to meet your Target needs. See you next time, folks. Until then, good shooting. Bye-bye.